Let's see. Okay. No justice. Okay, let me know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Let me get a swig.
Yeah, let me get a swig.
That's some high quality H2O.
From the mighty Mississippi. Are you even by the river, or are you just? Does the Mississippi go through your state?
It doesn't go through the state. It's the border of the state.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not in Vicksburg. I'm in Jackson. Jackson's the middle of the city. But I grew up in Vicksburg. Vicksburg is on the border of Mississippi, and it's like right there. So I'm actually like across I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump to Louisiana. Like we used to drive to Louisiana to get liquor and shit.
Okay, because the Mississippi runs right through.
Yeah,
the Twin Cities.
Yeah, so basically like the Mississippi River, like you got Mississippi, the Mississippi River, Louisiana, bam. So Vicksburg is like right there. I can damn near see the Mississippi Bridge, when I'm driving.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, shit. I guess we already recording, so.
Yeah, you're gonna have to record because this is all you, yo.
That's cool. Hopefully this shit is going. So, all right, shit, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is a New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-hosts.
This is Luscious Eli. I don't fucking know.
Hey, gotta have a porn name just in case this podcast shit don't work out. So, yeah, we're back with another episode, and it's a pretty uneventful episode, even though you had a big budget movie come out a couple weeks ago, and you got a big budget movie coming out a couple days from now. But other than that, it's kind of meh, But until then, a lot of other stuff happened that we were able to fill in time. And I hate to start the episode off like this, Eli, but we got to address some bad news.
Yeah,
we were
going on a good streak for a while.
Right. It's not like 2016, with bodies piling up left and right. It's kind of messed up. But basically what happened now is that Superman actress, my Lois Lane, I don't know about you. Maybe some of you young bucks out there might be Smallville fans, but my Lois Lane, the one I grew up with, Margot Kidder, has passed away today. She was 69. I didn't get any details on, what she passed from. Just kind of want to just briefly talk about, her life and what she celebrated. Good thing about Margot Kidder, like I said, a lot of people know her from Lois Lane. She's Lois Lane. It's Lois Lane that. But the funny thing is, Eli, that she actually has some other roles other than that were pretty iconic too.
Yeah, horror fans know her from like Black Christmas and Sisters and Amityville.
Exactly. And that came out before Superman. See, the funny thing about Superman when that movie came out, they wanted Christopher Reeve to be an unknown. They wanted Superman to be somebody you've never seen before. So that's why they turned down Robert Redford, who tried out for it, stuff like that. They didn't want him. They wanted an unknown like Christopher Reeve. But what they did is they surrounded him with other well-known established actors like Gene Hackman, who won 2 Oscars before then, Ned Beatty, and Margot Kidder was another person in there, that was well-known at the time. So, yeah, she'd got her name in horror movies. Not just horror movies, but she was actually in a lot of TV shows. Like you go by Starsky and Hutch, she was always the hot chick. Because in the 70s, Margot Kidder was fine as fuck. People don't like.
Yes, I always thought she was a little on the homely side. That's just.
Well, in the 80s, okay. In the 70s, no, she was. Yeah, she was there. In the 70s, I put it in.
I did like her her Lois Lane was spunky and kind of took charge, and she kind of didn't take shit. Yeah, I did like her. I did like her as Lois Lane.
Yeah, and it's funny.
That's my. Yeah, my Lois Lane too, because I never watched Smallville or Lois and Clark or any other Superman shit. So,
and the other things that came from that Lois Lane were the fact that she can't spell and kept missing deadlines and stuff like that, and kept bragging about a Pulitzer. These are qualities that are in the Lois Lane comics, today, that started with Margot Kidder. I don't know if she added those stuff in as part of the script, but the fact that she just added that stuff in there, and it was You know, it was pretty cool. And then, you know, her flying around with Superman and stuff like that. So yeah, all that was pretty good. That being said, like I said, we are today, we're not gonna name the date because we don't know when this is gonna come out, but we'll just say this past weekend we got to celebrate Mother's Day. Hopefully you got to celebrate Mother's Day if you did. I hope you call your mom or whatever you did from there. Eli, like I said, this is it. I'm putting you on the spot, and I'm pretty sure we did this last year on one of our other podcasts, but best comic book mom?
Oh shit! Yeah, you did put me on the spot last year, and I clammed up like I am now. I'm choking. Best comic book mom? Fuck. Aunt May? Fuck it. Was that my answer last year?
I can't remember. I can't remember what you picked last year. I know what I picked last year. I know I picked last year. I'm gonna go with it again.
I'll say.
I'm not gonna go with it again.
Comic books. I'll go with that.
Yeah. You can go with Aunt May. You can go with Aunt May. Aunt May is cool. I can't remember who you picked last time. This time I'm gonna go with a different answer. Last year I picked Martha, but I'm not gonna go Martha again. You know, because honestly, the DCEU at this point is not even fun to make fun of it anymore. It's like you know, it's beating a dead horse. Just move on from that. So I'm gonna go with Talia al Ghul.
Okay.
Yeah, not the best mom in the world, but hey, she's Batman baby mama, so that counts for something.
She's cool. I guess she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's a hot mom, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, a MILF and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. MILF. That's what I'm saying. She's MILF for the year. So. So that being said, anything else we got to just nothing really. So I guess we can just move right into the next part of the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, we're gonna move to the next part of the podcast. We're gonna talk about the box office numbers, and like I said, this is a barn burner. We got to heat up. We actually had a couple changes going on. We're gonna talk briefly. So, number one at the box office is Eli. Give it to me.
Infinity War takes it again.
Bam! Infinity War takes it again. So we are back there with another Infinity War. Now to make it more interesting, and I don't need other numbers. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, just to let you know, Infinity War finished. What is that? Finished at 62 million. So it actually did under 100,000. So it feels like it's you know, it's hit its stride. And it may be too soon to call doom and gloom, but I feel like it's hit its stride, you know. We'll come back to Infinity War and break down some more numbers in a while. Number two is Life of the Party. What the fuck is this?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I never even heard of this shit.
Well, whatever it is, it hit number two. So number three is Breaking In. That's that
movie I was telling you about.
That's that movie you were telling me about. Yeah, because I remember you telling me about it. I was like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Then I was watching TV and I saw it. I was like, well, that shit looks stupid. But then I thought about like, oh, that's the shit he was talking about. Okay, so
yeah, it's like it's like a horror movie for black folks. White folks broke.
No. Let's correct that. Black women. I'm not seeing this shit. They know their demographic. They know their audience.
Oh, well, yeah, like the bad guys take her kids hostage or something. She's got to.
Is she like ex-special forces or something? I mean, is that something I need to know about this or
something? Yeah, what's it called? Getting in.
Breaking in.
Breaking
out. It's not like a dance movie or some shit.
It's like it's the opposite of Get Out.
Right. Not Get Out, Break In. Okay. Like it makes you cool or something like that. Like if they told me like she was special ops or something, or she was like an ex-merc or some shit, you know, an assassin, and she's like, you know, like an ex-ninja some shit, that'd be cool. But she's just crazy mom would run around and I'm like, I don't want to see that shit. And first off, that shit ain't believable anyway. You tell me they got these 4 or 5 thugs and and this mom is gonna just sing her and take everybody like she's Rambo? Come on, fuck out of here. That being said, number 4 we have Overboard, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what any of these fucking movies are, man.
That's the remake, the Overboard. Remember the old?
With Goldie Hawn and who was it? Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I don't know who's in it. It's Anna Faris's. She's the.
No, I meant the old one. The old one. I knew it was Goldie Hawn and Kurt.
Kurt Russell was in. Yeah,
I figured that. And the new one is Anna Faris. Yeah, Star-Lord's ex-wife, and I don't know who the other dude is. It doesn't matter. Number 5 is A Quiet Place. Like I said, I guess that's still hanging in. I haven't seen it, but people are saying it's like the greatest horror movie in years or whatever. So I don't know. Seemed pretty cool. Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
Number 6, I Feel Pretty, the Amy Schumer movie, still hanging in there. Whatever. Number 7 is Rampage, rock movie. Nobody's seen it. Probably the best video game ever made, but that's not saying much. Number 8 is Tully. That's the Charlize Theron movie where she's playing like a hillbilly or a redneck or something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know that.
Whatever. Number 9 is Black Panther. What the fuck? Black Panther's out on digital now. You can watch it at home. You don't have to go see it anymore. I mean, eventually they're gonna have to eventually pull it from the theaters eventually, you know. And so
it's not like the old days where you would shit didn't come out on
for like
video
6 months or some shit. You have to wait forever for that shit, you know. Now this shit, they don't even wait for it to leave the theaters. They just drop it, just put it in there, you know. It officially comes out on Blu-ray today. Like I said, we're recording. Okay. So I've checked with my local stores like Best Buy, stuff like that. Already sold out. You can't even pre-order it. Damn. So it's at the theaters. And people are selling out of it. And I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Okay. Right now for this month, my sales team is doing a contest right now. And the contest right now is going on. They're saying, we're gonna split everybody in 4 teams. You know, to make it fun, we're gonna let all the team members name their teams after Marvel characters. Okay. Somebody goes, okay, I want to be Iron Man. Okay, I want to be Deadpool. Okay, I want to be Black Panther, whatever, like that. And I say, well, okay, Hawkeye or some shit, you know, or whatever. And I say, well, I want to be Team Killmonger. And my boss says, no, you have to be a Marvel character. I'm like, oh, fuck. Never mind. What the fuck is it? Number 10 is RBG?
The Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary. That's what that is.
Who and what and why is that?
What is she? Since she's Supreme Court Justice?
Was she? I don't know.
Is that what she is?
I didn't watch more of this shit. I don't know.
She's political documentary.
We are not historians, so yeah. Moving past that, I do want to say something. Good job for Black Panther, because Black Panther actually surpassed Harry Potter this week. So now it is now number 9th overall of all time, which apparently last week it was also number 9th of all time. The reason it stayed the same even though it passed because Infinity War wasn't on the in top 10 then, but it is top 10 now. So let's go to Infinity War. Let's break down some of these numbers because Infinity War is putting up numbers. Eli, currently Infinity War is worldwide the highest grossing comic book movie of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah, it is beating Avengers. So right now it is at 1.6 million. So people were wondering like whether or not it's going to hit 2 billion or anything like that. The question is not whether or not it's going to hit 2 billion, it's how fast will it hit 2 billion? You know, I'm giving it about 2 weeks, if that. I'm really thinking about 10, 11 days, and it's probably going to be at the 2 billion mark, and it's probably going to catch Star Wars. So that'll probably put like 2 or 3 or some bullshit like that. But yeah, the numbers are crazy because a reason it jumped those numbers jumped up so high because it finally released in China. And the thing is, it was just as big in China as it was here, which is insane. Like I said, it did 200 million over in China also. That's why those numbers shot up like that. So if it did those numbers in China, you can probably guess it's probably going to do another 100 million this week. So that's going to give it 17 million. And then, the numbers are just going to, I'm not even going to calculate those numbers. Infinity War is going to do some insane numbers. So right now it is 1.6 billion, highest grossing superhero movie of all time worldwide. Domestically wise, that is still Black Panther. The Black Panther is still the highest grossing superhero movie domestically of all time. However, let's look at the numbers right now. It is still Infinity War domestically wise is still number 3 of all time. It still hadn't caught Avengers yet. Domestically, but it has caught Black Panther. Now here's the thing, Eli. There are some people out there that are saying that, you know, domestically wise, Infinity War might still not catch Black Panther. I don't know. Here's the reason why. like I said, if you look at the numbers, I mean, the movie has been out, what, I guess 18 days, 19 days. I don't know. I haven't done the math or anything like that. So as of right now, like, it's on pace to beat it. But the thing is, like, you look at day-to-day numbers, Black Panther is actually outpacing it at this time frame day-to-day, mainly because Infinity War's numbers were like front loaded because more people saw it the first weekend, but they had a bigger drop off. And another thing that might happen is that Black Panther had no competition. Like for like 3 months, there was no other movie even challenged. It stayed number one like forever. But what comes out next week?
Oh yeah, it's Deadpool.
Deadpool, exactly. So the fact is, it's not that Infinity War isn't deserving of the money. It's that it's running into more competition. So let's go ahead and put the bets in right now. Like I said, we talked about this, and it's probably gonna be an article up on Outright Geekery. I think Ryan is just gonna take our words and just make an article of it. I don't care. Do what you feel. But what do you think? Go ahead and make a statement right now. What's gonna be number one next week?
I think Deadpool will be number one. I don't think it'll make as much money. I mean, we all discussed this. I don't think it's going to make as much money as an Infinity War, but I think it'll at least beat it at the box office.
I think so too. I think this is what I'm thinking about Deadpool. I'm thinking it's a foregone conclusion Deadpool is going to beat Infinity War. I'm not even concerned about that. I thought at first Infinity War was like at 114 or 120 in its second week, but actually it's like at 64. So Deadpool will easily beat that because Infinity War is not going to do that same thing. And here's my thing, Eli. I'm thinking that Infinity War, even though, like I said, it's doing amazing numbers, I don't think it has that rewatchability like some of these other movies have. I don't think people are going back 4 or 5 times and watching Infinity War. They are watching it, and they're talking about it, maybe watching it 2 or 3 times, but not that repeat viewing. And I think the hype is almost died down. It feels like it's almost died down.
I saw it again, and I think I'm good on it for a while until it comes out on. It just didn't. Yeah, it didn't have the impact. It was still fun. I mean, it was still fun to watch, but it didn't have the By the way, the first Avengers did. I remember I saw that shit like 4 or 5 times.
Right, because we've never seen that before. That was lightning striking. We've never seen that before. Now, my thing about and I've seen Infinity War 3 times in theaters already. Now, before you freak out 3 times, oh, you fucking nerd. I am, but I only paid once to see it. The other time, my boss went and took us because sales thing, whatever like that. And the other time I went with my mom because she heard Black Panther and she wanted to see it. Whatever. So
and she thought it sucked.
And she said it sucked, right? So, like I said, I went to see the movie, and I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, this movie doesn't hold up as well on repeat viewing because once you know the shock factor, once you know what's going to happen, what's going to happen, the movie doesn't hold up as much. It does feel like just action scenes, and honestly, I feel like the Gamora Drax. Let me see. Okay. The middle part of it to me actually drags more than it should. I don't know if it's me or whatever like that. It feel like it dragged. For instance, like
no, it does feel like watching it a second time. It did feel long.
The first time it felt like it flew through, but the second time it was a certain part in it that I feel like, okay, this is dragging on a little bit too long. It was the Soul Stone part, or just the entire Gamora Thanos Nebula thing. It felt like it went on a little too long. Yeah. And not only that, but they had that going on with the Thor and Rocket shit building a hammer. It was like right next to each other. Like they were going back and forth. I like, okay, you don't need this shit back to back. You could have spaced this shit out some, So it felt like that part kind of dragging me. But once you got past that part, then the movie felt like it picked back up and I was back into it again. But yeah, it to me, it just doesn't hold up as well as the second or third time, especially once you know what's going to happen,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I've been noticing about a lot of the Marvel movies. Like on second viewing, they're just okay, Yeah. A lot of them don't have a lot of rewatchability. Like Doctor Strange.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like Doctor Strange, I thought it was mind blowing when I first saw it. Then I saw it again. I was like, okay.
It was just, I don't need to see that again. Ant-Man, fuck that shit. I
wasn't blown away the first time with it. I was like this is the most average movie I've ever seen in my life. Like it just does everything at a mediocre level,
But like Guardians 2, which I loved the first time around, and then when I saw it a few days later, like I was like fighting to stay awake. and then forget about it on Netflix.
Guardians 2 didn't hit me the first time. I don't know. I saw the first time in the theaters, and I was like, I don't know, something about this movie just isn't hitting me. I don't know. Because I love the first one. The first one, like one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time, you know. But the second one, it just didn't resonate with me like I thought it was. It didn't just stick with me.
That one drags. That gets long, and
it's a filler. The movie is filler.
Yeah.
Like that whole middle, it just felt like it's filler and just filling time until it gets to the third part. Like that whole Rocket and Yondu on the ship, it just felt like time waster.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's only a couple that I watch. Like, I mean, not ever since I got Homecoming on, you know.
Oh, I love Homecoming. I love Homecoming.
Yeah, I watched that. Like, I mean, that was first time around. I thought, it was cool. I mean, I wasn't blown away, but rewatching it again, I love it. That's like one of my.
It's like certain things in that movie that I didn't pick up on, but I watched it again. Yeah. It's like little bitty stuff that they just put like some fine detail in it to kind of flesh out Spider-Man's universe. And I was just like, you know what? I actually do love this movie, you know, for some reason. Yeah,
I mean, at first time I'm like, it's a little bit too Iron Man-y, but then I just love him as Peter Parker. I love that version of Peter Parker, and I you know, when I got it for Christmas, I watched it like fucking, you know, it was like on constant rotation. I just kept replaying.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there. It's up there as one of the top Marvel movies to me on there.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, Infinity War, especially, you know, second time around, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but it felt long. It did feel long the second time.
I mean, it's almost a 3-hour movie, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially since you got to watch those credits, you know.
Oh yeah, those credits take forever, man.
That's like a half hour in itself, just watching credits.
Now, here's something I want to talk to you about, Eli. I want to see if you noticed something. Well, before we go there, we're going to talk about the Russos. Since we're talking about Infinity War, the Russos actually did another interview, and they actually confirmed who died off screen. Like, not the people that we know died, like, you know, Spider-Man, Black Panther, like that. Like the people that actually weren't in the movie and whether or not they lived or not. So what I'm going to do, Eli, is play a game with you. I'm going to name a character, and you tell me whether or not you think they lived or died. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the numbers. Okay.
Oh, you got this? You got like what they said? They got
I got it pulled up right now. So I'm gonna call them out to you. Okay. First character, Howard the Duck, dead or alive? Did Thanos kill him or not?
Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck, yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is he dead or alive? I'll say alive. Fuck it.
He's alive. He survived. They saying he might, since he been in Guardians 1 and 2, they say he might be in 3, do a hat trick. So yeah. So okay, here's another one. Jane Foster.
Is that Thor's old lady?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck her. She's dead. Ooh, she's useless.
Right. Well, here's the thing. They didn't confirm.
Oh, really?
They didn't confirm. They said, like, even though she said fuck these movies, they're saying she might renew her contract and may come back. So they left it open ended. So they didn't give a confirm on Jane Foster.
Oh, because she might need a job because she's shunning all the geek movies.
Exactly.
And Star Wars and all the shit that's making money now. And I was like, oh shit.
Right.
So, if I want a job, I better do one of these movies again.
Right. They should have just said she was dead and just moved on, you know. Okay. Oh, all right. Next one, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon?
Yeah.
From Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
He's dead.
Dead?
He gotta be dead.
Yep.
Who the fuck was he anyway? He was just Matt Damon on Asgard?
Maybe he was Matt Damon and just, you know, they like Matt Damon.
They just abducted Matt Damon off Earth and brought him to Asgard.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck it, we like your movies, you know. Born Identity was awesome, you know. Hey, it worked for China. What was that movie? The Great Wall?
Oh, the Great White Wall or whatever.
Right. Oh, okay. Next one, Betty Ross.
Oh shit. I'll say alive.
Dead.
Is she?
Yep.
Well, damn, man. Hulk's just getting fucked over all around, man. Black Widow fucking cheats on him, and
right.
Hulk, Banner, Hulk won't come out for Banner, and
like he just Hulk out and just unleash rage and just smash shit. You think that would alone would just smash shit, you know?
Yeah, now his true love is gone.
Right, the depressed Hulk. Like that doesn't. You can't sell comics like that. Okay. Korg and Meek.
Oh shit. I'll say they're dead. They were on the ship, weren't they?
They were on the ship. Okay. The Russos said spoilery, so they didn't confirm whether or not they were lit or not. Even though I think in the end of Ragnarok, didn't Korg say Meek was dead already anyway?
But he wasn't dead. He was, hey, you're alive.
Oh, he was okay. He was hey alive. Okay, because that's another thing. Dead. Yeah, that's another thing. When I watched the movie again, Thor said Thanos killed half his people. He didn't kill everybody. Yeah. So maybe Korg and him got away, you know.
But Meek isn't now. This is a deep pull, but isn't Meek the one who fucking blew up the ship?
That's the one that blew up the ship and killed Hulk's wife and started World War Hulk. That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like the Warbound in the comics weren't these fucking stand-up comedians. No, they were ruthless. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Shuri.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't she alive? Did we discuss this?
Well, they didn't show Shuri after that. The last time, and I watched the movie again, the last time they showed Shuri when she was getting attacked by Clovis Glaive, and she got thrown out of a window, and then Vision grabbed Clovis Glaive and went out the window. But they didn't show Shuri no more after that.
She's got to be alive. They're probably saving her.
They say spoiler. They say spoiler. They don't know. So, because who knows? Okay. I mean, they might make her the Black Panther in Avengers 4. You never know. So, they have an opening. Okay. Here we go. Lady Sif.
Oh, she didn't die she didn't die in Ragnarok?
No, I remember she wasn't there. Like Hela killed everybody else, but she wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I just remember Hela killing everybody, so I'll say she's dead. Fuck it. Everyone else is
dead. Yep, dead. Yes, her contract has been canceled. Okay. Ned. Mm-hmm.
Now he better be alive, damn it.
They say spoiler. They didn't confirm whether or not he's not. So they're probably leaving him open, saying he's alive. So, Aunt May.
Oh, she's got to be alive.
She's alive. Okay, they say she's safe. Nakia.
Which one's Nakia now?
Nakia from Black Panther, his girlfriend.
Oh, she wasn't even in it, huh?
She wasn't in the movie at all, right?
Yeah, I'll say she's alive. Fuck it.
They said they don't know.
I was like, they can't kill off all the Black Panther cast. Like,
right. So, yeah, they said they don't know. They said she's probably doing some spy missions and stuff like that, so they don't know. Okay, that's it. But there was one that they did confirm that was dead, Eli, that hit me.
Oh, yeah?
And that was the Gallagher guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the first movie?
From the first movie. They said he's dead. They said he was just seconds away from beating the high score before Thanos snapped his fingers. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so.
Beating Billy Mitchell's score?
Right. Because Billy Mitchell cheated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that sucks. So rest in peace, Gallagher guy. Yeah. That being said, you know what? Remember that movie, and I'm completely changing the subject from that. But remember that movie we talked about, Trafficked, last week, Eli?
Yeah, the other horror movie. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't bother seeing. Yeah, already. It was on it last week. I didn't bother seeing it, but I just feel like I would tell you about it. I might tell you what, listeners, if you listen to this, if you want me to watch and review Trafficked and give you a score, let me know. If you don't care, don't say shit and I won't watch it. Move on from there. That's throwing myself under the bus. Now let's talk about Black Panther for a second. Black Panther has been in the news for a second because Chadwick Boseman actually got, I think, a honorary. He did a speech at Howard University, like his school, and I think he got an honorary doctorate, a PhD, or something like that. I don't know, but people are starting to notice something, Eli, about Chadwick Boseman every time he's out in public. You know, he does the Wakanda Forever salute. Every time he does it in public, the salute gets lower and lower and less enthusiastic about it. So people are starting to say that he's probably tired of it by now. And there's even an article saying that maybe we should stop asking him in public to do the Wakanda Forever salute. Because he actually complained about it on like a talk show or something like that. Like he's saying he can't walk out of the house without doing the Wakanda Forever salute because everybody asks him. And he said you can look at his eyes now, like, okay, he's sick of this shit now, you know. So
yeah, some actors they get uppity about like being a performing monkey, you know what I mean? Like Russell Crowe is one of those, like, though he won't quote a line, or you know, or like some actors won't do like shit like that, you know. Like,
I mean, and that's true, but that's a good question. But here's the thing: do the actors have a right to, you know, not do that, or are they obligated by the fans?
That's a, you know, if they're cool, then yeah, they would do. But because that's you know, that their success comes from their fans, you know, and that's why they're making money, and that's why they got, you know, all the shit that I don't, you know.
Because here's a funny thing I saw just like hours before we just started recording. There's an interview with Michael B. Jordan interviewing some reporter. I can't remember her name, as I said, and she does the Wakanda Forever salute. White lady, you know, white reporter. She does the Wakanda Forever salute, and he just looked at it and said, "I'm not from Wakanda." You know, he didn't even do it. You know, so people are taking offense to it, saying he didn't do it because it was a white lady that did it. But I don't know. Maybe he just got sick of doing this shit too. You know.
I thought I saw like it was like a photo. Somebody uploaded a photo where they saw him on a plane, and they yelled out "Wakanda Forever," and he just ignored him.
Like he's over this shit now, you know.
Yeah. That's why he died in the movie.
Right. Like, don't ask me about Wakanda. Like, not Wakanda forever. Wakanda sometimes. Wakanda then. You know, Wakanda is over. So here's my thing, Eli. Let's say if I meet Chadwick Boseman in person, and I do the Wakanda Forever salute, and if he doesn't do it, I'm gonna talk shit about him. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be mad. I don't care how he feels that day. You know, I want my Wakanda Forever salute, and he better take a damn picture with it. Because here's the way I feel like this. I mean, I understand you get sick of this shit and you can't walk out the house and you live it. That's your fucking job. That is your job. Now, if Marvel's paying you $11.50 an hour to do this shit, then maybe I could see why you be pissed off about this shit. But shit, people make less shit than that and do the same fucking routine every damn day. You're a millionaire. And people want you to do the Wakanda salute. Do the Wakanda salute. Do it with me, Wakanda forever, you know?
Yeah, I was watching that Talking Dead show that Chris Hardwick does after The Walking Dead, where they basically sit down and talk to the actors and what have you about the episode of The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. And there was an episode where they had was Paul Bettany, the guy who did Jarvis and Vision?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a guest on that show that night. And one of the audience members asked him, like, can you say in Jarvis's voice, "Tony, there are 2 zombies on your left. Could you please fire the repulsors?" And it put him on the spot.
Right.
And everyone was like, "Come on, man, come on, dude." He kind of like sat there, thought about it for a second. And even Chris Hardwick was like, "You knew what was happening when you knew this was coming when you signed up for this job." And he did it. He finally said, "Yeah, Tony, there are 2 walkers on your left. Please fire the repulsor." And everyone cheered, and it was funny.
Because they don't give a shit what else you did. We understand that these guys are trained actors and they've done other stuff than these Marvel movies. We don't give a shit. For instance, Chadwick Boseman, like did you see it when he hosted Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
funny as fuck. But his monologue, he pretty much named every other movie role he played except Black Panther. You know, he did the James Brown dance. He referenced, you know, Thurgood Marshall. You know, he talked about Jackie Robinson. You know, trying to remind people that yes, I am an actor. I'm not a real superhero in real life. I'm just an actor. You know, I play other roles. Nobody gives a shit. You're Black Panther. You're T'Challa. All the other shit you did was just warm up for this right now. Like, I get it, you're trained thespian and shit like that, but this is the life you chose. Now, maybe he wasn't expecting, you know, the movie to be this phenomenon or cultural event, but that's what happened.
And I can understand him being burnt out and wanting some privacy and wanting to, stretch his, his skills as an actor or whatever. And maybe as he get older, he'll embrace it. Like a lot of
Will he? Did Christopher Reeve outrun it? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton maybe has outrun it.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of he's not this generation's Batman. I don't think people give a shit about
right because other people have became Batman, so it kind of. But other people been Superman, and people still relate Christopher Reeves to that.
Yeah, but like some of the Star Wars actors, they all, maybe except for Harrison Ford,
who just does not give a shit about these movies.
But he most of Luke Skywalker and even Leia, I mean, before she passed, she sort of embraced it. I mean, as far as I know, Carrie Fisher, that was she struggled with that thing.
Because I think for a while Carrie Fisher did try to get away from the Star Wars spotlight. She tried to do her own thing, and I think she had some good success for a while. Like she wrote a screenplay, writer, right?
Yeah, and then later on she embraced what it was and went to cons and all that shit, and and yeah, she came to terms with it. And I think a lot of those other actors. I mean, the guy who I was watching the Star Wars celebration last year, and the guy who played Wedge, he was like his first con or whatever. He had never been to a Star Wars con ever, or any kind of con, and he went, and he was like, "Wow, I had no idea. Like, they gave a shit about me this much."
Right now, okay. Now I'm trying to remember C-3PO. Now, who was the actor who played R2-D2?
Oh, Kenny Baker.
Kenny Baker. Now, I heard something about that. Kenny Baker and the actor that plays C-3PO, they didn't like each other.
I've heard that Anthony Daniels is an asshole. I've heard that.
I've heard the exact opposite. I heard R2-D2 was the asshole.
Oh, really?
I don't know. One of them was an asshole. But basically what happened was that C3, because they knew they could make a shitload of money going to cons together, a C3P and R2-D2. And I think, R2-D2 basically said, I don't want to do a con. I don't want to go to a con. And I think he eventually came to one and stuff like that. But for years they didn't go to it and basically had, friction between each other, because they could make more money as a combo pack going to these cons, because there's big money going to this shit,
Yeah. I don't know, but But either way, actors, I understand, but there are some actors who won't quote a line, don't ask them to quote a line.
Well, at the same, some fans can be assholes. Yeah. I understand Chadwick Boseman is an actor. I understand he is not a superhero political figure. Some people can't tell the difference. Some people might want Wakanda forever, or say something from the line, or think he is their dancing monkey, stuff like that. So I get that, that he's just an actor from that. So I don't know. I still think he has an obligation to fans.
I don't know. I've worked at a club where I've been around a lot of musicians, a lot of well-known, rock stars and shit, and I just let them be who they are. I don't oh my god. I mean, I've had compliment and good show or whatever like that, shit like that. But I know they want their time. Yeah,
I mean, because other fans will bother them and stuff like that, and want autographs and take pictures, stuff like that. But sometimes they just want to be just left alone,
Yeah, when 3 6 Mafia was in the backstage, bumping all that coke, I'm like, all right, whatever, y'all, do your thing.
Yeah. So
I didn't ask to do any. I just made sure no one came back.
Not a line, not one. That would have been a story right there. That would have been a completely different story. There. Yeah, and this one time I did coke with 3 6 Mafia,
Yeah, I just this guy says he's your cousin. Okay, no, can't come in, man.
And that's it. So, yeah, that's my whole thing. So I don't know. Do you see me? Chambo, you see me do the salute. So moving past that, can we talk about TV now? Because we never talk about TV on this.
Yeah, sure.
The reason I want to talk about TV,
well, we don't watch because we don't watch the same show.
We don't watch the same shows at all. Like that's one reason why we don't talk TV. But we'll talk TV now because there's been a whole list of shows that have been announced that they're going to be either canceled or renewed. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. One of the interesting stories. Have you heard about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Eli?
Yeah. I fell behind Brooklyn Nine. I was watching it. I watched the first few seasons, but then I kind of fell behind. So I'm not.
I didn't know when it came on. It always felt like it always came on like a different time, and you never could catch when it came on. So I don't know. And then it wasn't on the streaming sites. I know, so I kind of just fell out with it. But yeah, with Brooklyn, yeah,
and then it got syndicated. So they were. I can't remember which channel, but they were showing reruns on one of them. Was it Comedy Central or?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
That's the thing. So how do they expect us to keep up with these shows? They don't even show the shows at the same time. We don't know when to watch them. And they get mad at them. Get mad at us because we're not watching the show. We don't know. I thought Brooklyn Nine-Nine was funny, you know, when I saw it, but I don't know when it comes on. You know?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled by Fox, but the very next day it got picked up by NBC.
That's weird. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I think from what I was hearing that NBC was always producing the show, but they didn't have any time slots, so they actually just put it on Fox.
Yeah,
you know,
it's weird that you have that these days because we never had that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like in our day, the show got canceled. That was it. It was done.
Well, I think I remember a show that got canceled on one network and got picked up again, but I can't remember. It doesn't happen a lot. You know, it's very rare when that shit happens. But
remember when Community got canceled and then it went to Yahoo?
I didn't watch that last season. Honestly, I didn't want to see Community in that state. You know.
But they're on Hulu now. They're all that season is on Hulu.
Oh, is it? I didn't know Community was back on Hulu. Yeah, because
it's actually pretty.
So it was pretty good because I didn't want to see Community in that state. You know how you see this because Community is one of my favorite shows of all time when it was good, but when it started going downhill, I'm like I can't watch this. It's hurting me to watch my favorite show turn into this. You know.
I mean, Donald Glover was gone by then, and I think Shirley was gone too.
Shirley was gone. Of course, Chevy Chase left.
He left, and
then I think
that last season, the last season was good. I remember laughing. Yeah, I enjoyed the last season. The one on Yahoo. I watched it. Now it's on Hulu.
Okay. Well, now that you say it's okay and it's not the worst thing ever, I might give it a chance if I ever, subscribe to Hulu again or something like that. So. Shoot, what else was on there? Oh, Gotham. Okay. So Gotham has been renewed and it's going to be the last season.
Okay. So is that I know you like the show. I haven't watched it.
I don't like the show. Years. No, I don't. I stopped watching the show like season 2 or 3. I fell out with Gotham. I was like, I can't watch this shit anymore. I may watch a show when I hear Jerome shows up, and then I don't watch it again after that. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But they're saying this is going to lead. He will be Batman by the end of season 5. That's what they're saying.
So is there going to be a time jump, or
I don't know? Probably not. He's just going to be a 14-year-old Batman, I guess. I don't know.
You mean Batboy?
Batboy, Robin.
The hell.
And then grow into
I have no interest in that. Yeah.
Yeah. They say he already has the Batmobile.
Okay.
Yeah,
a shitty version of it?
Yeah, for his sweet 16 birthday, Alfred got him a Batmobile.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a black Mustang or some shit. I don't know. And he's probably gonna trick it out or something. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't kept up with that in a while. News that hit me, and I was on the edge of my seat finding out what was going to happen. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, they said for the longest, I know you hate this show. I know everybody listening hates this show, but I'm going to talk about it.
Hate's a strong word because you actually have to have an emotional investment. You have to care to hate somebody. And I'm not there yet.
Okay. Well, let me speak my piece. And I get off Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as fast as possible. But like I said, when this season started, they said the showrunners were pretty much writing this season as the last season. Now, the last episode of this season comes out this Friday. So I'm sitting here waiting the whole time like, oh, man, I don't want it to end. Because I'm a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like the show. I like the show, really. So today, they announced that, yes, it got picked up for season 6. So, yes, they are going to have a season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, and I posted in the group stuff like that, and some people were happy because most people like the show. Some people were like you, Eli, don't give a shit either way. Then you got the other people that are like, okay, well, hopefully they'll tie in Infinity War or Thanos or some shit like that. Like, they're not.
They're not.
They're not. That's what
I thought that's. I remember seeing like Talbot showed up on an episode. I'm like, whoa, that means the Hulk. No, he's not.
Talbot has not mentioned Bruce Banner or Ross not one single time on that whole season.
Yeah.
On the show, so.
But I remember getting excited when I heard his name. I was like, oh shit! Oh, and then the Hulk might show up, and he never did. I'm like, yeah,
never did. Okay. Don't mention anything. Oh, they did mention Thanos in the last episode though.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the aliens just said, "Oh, we're evil, but we're not Thanos evil." That was it.
Oh,
so. That was your name drop. So that's as far as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. go to tying themselves into the over Marvel Cinematic Universe. And a lot of people that don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. think they need to get back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they think it's needed or necessary to get into the rest of the Marvel Universe. It's not even a little bit, not even at all. It's so far removed from the MCU. It's basically like an alternate universe now.
Yeah, didn't you say they were in space and like in the future this season or something?
Yeah, but they came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're back in present time, and they mentioned nothing about Thanos or Infinity War or shit like that. They're just doing their own crazy adventures. Like I said, they had a mention of Thanos blowing up shit, but they was like, oh yeah, I heard this crazy aliens blowing up shit, whatever. But they had their own adventure going on right now. So, like I said, you're not gonna see half of them get blinked out of existence in the last episode or the next season, anything like that. They're just gonna pretend like shit didn't happen. Or even if it did happen, they're gonna make some kind of bullshit excuse to have them excuse them anyway. You're like, oh, good thing we missed it when Thanos killed everybody, and then just go on whatever adventure they were going on before. So, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay. Like I said, I like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the show itself. I don't watch it because of how it ties into the Marvel Universe, because it doesn't tie into the Marvel Universe. Just like with Inhumans, they're basically going to pretend like Inhumans never existed. Like the movies and the TV show. Yeah. Yeah,
I was basically watching it to watch Simmons. That's about
it. So, Inhumans got canceled too.
Okay, yeah. Well, they didn't cancel it before.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But apparently they made it new. They made it official. It was canceled. But I thought we already knew it was canceled before the pilot even aired. So yeah. Trying to think. That's really all I watch. I don't really watch anything else. Like I said, I'm not a TV enthusiast like some other people are.
Yeah.
Trying to think. When you
I know the Gifted got renewed. I was watching Gifted.
That's a good show, but I don't know. I need to get into the Gifted. I really do.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, for X-Men, and you know me, I don't give a shit about the X-Men, but that was all right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't watch everything, but what I did see, I was like, this is a really good show, really well-made show for what they're doing. And it ties into some X-Men shit, like it's X-Men lore that the movies don't even touch on,
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much, they basically set up the Brotherhood,
right,
in the last episode. So.
Oh, another thing I want to talk about. This last thing TV really I'm going to talk about. This is a show that I don't think either one of us watched, but I want to talk about anyway because I think it's kind of interesting. Lethal Weapon. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. No, I never watched it. No.
I've never watched the episode either.
They got those the movies on Netflix. I watched a couple of the movies on Netflix.
Oh, those movies are awesome. The movies are awesome. Now the TV show, that's a whole nother animal. I don't know anything about that one, but it's got Riggs and Murtaugh on it as characters. But here's the thing: they fired whoever the white dude is. I don't know which one is Riggs, which one is Murtaugh, but they fired the white dude that's supposed to play one of them. So instead of canceling the show, they hired a replacement, and guess who the replacement is?
Mel Gibson.
Close, but no. I'll go ahead and tell you. The replacement is Stifler.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's the one playing Riggs or Murtaugh or whichever one was which. I don't know.
Same character? Same character, right?
No, he's going to be a different character. So he won't be that character. I don't know how they're going to explain it. I don't know if he's just going to be his cousin or his brother or his, whatever. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully they'll find a way to, make it fit. Like just say that's his cousin or some shit like that. And then just call them Riggs or Murtaugh, whatever like that.
Can we talk about the Lethal Weapon movies and how awesome they are?
They're awesome. I love them. If you haven't seen the Lethal Weapon movies, listeners, go watch all of them. How many? It's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Watch all of them.
There's 4 of them. Yeah, they're all got their moments.
Yeah, buddy cop. Like, it's one of the best buddy cop movies you'll see of all time.
Shane Black before, he was on a roll writing Predator and fucking Lethal Weapon and
the saxophone soundtrack. Oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah, man. I was watching the first one and it was before Mel Gibson went crazy and shit. But he played.
Well, no, he was still crazy, but he was, likable crazy at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, but in the movie, he plays so crazy, that part where they're at I think it was the funeral, and the helicopter comes. Gary Busey's in it. Yeah, Gary Busey. Talk about another crazy guy.
Right, and he was playing the mean villain, and I thought Gary Busey was the scariest guy in the world when I first saw that movie.
Yeah, albino. He had white hair and shit.
Mr. Joshua, that was his name. Yep.
Yeah, Mr. Joshua. Yeah, and he snipes the guy. He snipes Hunsaker through the window, and he's in a helicopter. Mm-hmm. And then the helicopter flies away, and Riggs, he just goes running after the helicopter, shooting his pistol at it. Just pow, 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 just unloading his pistol at the helicopter. And then, takes out the clip, puts in another one, and pow, 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 pow. Damn, that dude's nuts. He's trying to shoot a helicopter with this pistol.
But he was such a good shot. That's the thing about the further you go into the movie, okay, this guy is nuts. This guy is crazy. But then the further you go into the movie, okay, he's not as crazy as you think he is. He's just really that good. Everything he says he can do it.
Yeah.
He's that good of a sniper. He's that good of a shot. He's just that good.
Yeah. But just that scene, though. I mean, there's scenes of him jumping off the roof and all that shit, and that shows that he's crazy and he's unstable. But that where he just goes ballistic, just chasing after the helicopter's flying away over the ocean and shit. And he's bah, 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 trying to shoot it down. I'm damn, this guy's nuts.
And a lot of people didn't like Part 4, but I like Part 4. Part 4 had Jet Li in it. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah.
So awesome movies. That was wild. Like I said, TV show, I never seen it. I saw a little bit of it. It was just the standard cop drama you see on every other show. So I was there's no point to this, So
yeah.
Maybe Stifler will bring some life into it. I know some people saw when Stifler was coming on, they're well, I'm done with this show. I'm not watching this anymore. I'm well, was it good before? I don't know.
Was anybody watching it anyways? Yeah. I was.
So that being said, video game news. I got no video game news. I hadn't bought anything new, so fuck it, move on past that. Oh,
really? God of War yet?
Not yet. The reason I hadn't bought God of War yet because I just got my Marvel Unlimited bill in the mail, so I'm gonna pay that off and then I'm gonna get God of War.
Oh yeah, that comes up. Yeah. That shit comes out. That shit comes out of my shit during tax season.
Yeah, that's how you know we're nerdy. We get comic book bills. You get a light bill, you get a water bill, and we get a comic book bill. So yeah.
Yeah, I conveniently get that during the tax season, so I know I got money in the. Right, cool.
Let me go ahead and just pay this shit now, so to leave me alone for the rest of the year because it's annual when I pay it. So
Yeah.
That being said, can we move to the comic book section?
Yeah, sure. I didn't read much, but yeah, go ahead.
We didn't read. I didn't read shit.
I just read a bunch of free. I'm reading my free comic books.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. We didn't. Like I said, we didn't read anything for Free Comic Book Day. Even though I know everybody else, went through we didn't. Fuck it. Go listen to those podcasts. But we did read some shit this week, and we're gonna talk about a little bit. Book I want to talk about first is I want to talk about Justice League No Justice, number 1.
Okay.
Now, give you some background on this story. Only thing you need to know is that Scott Snyder writes this book. That tells you everything you need to know right there. So basically, this is kind of like so it's basically so it's basically a pickup from Dark Knight Metal. So it flows right into it from there. So basically, how the book starts off is that you see the Green Lantern Corps. And I mean the Green Lantern Corps, I mean all the Green Lantern Corps. All of them. And Hal Jordan shows up with 2 other Green Lantern in the background. I can't remember. He talks to John Stewart, and John Stewart is leading the Green Lantern Corps, and they're at the source wall, and they're we have to patch this thing up because your Justice League screwed everything up. And Hal Jordan well, What are you talking about? We messed it up. We didn't mess it up. We were trying to save the universe. Like, oh yeah, y'all did a really good job saving the universe because you screwed up the source wall, and now you got all these alternate realities and all this crazy stuff flooding in here. So the entire universe is going to be destroyed unless we find a way to patch this thing up. So every single Green Lantern is trying to patch up the source wall, but it's not working, anything like that. Meanwhile, cutting to the Justice League. Like I said, you got the core members: Superman, Batman, Aquaman, whatever the fuck, just Cyborg. And they're fighting Braniac. Braniac is just fucking up the city and shit like that, normal. And Superman is basically telling Braniac, don't you understand that we have protocols for people like you every time they come into? The entire city has already been evacuated before we even showed up, we knew you were coming. So since the city is evacuated, that means I don't have to hold back. So Superman just punches his ass through buildings and shit, throwing everything through him. He don't give a fuck, anything like that. So he's fighting him. And while Superman is fighting Braniac, the other Justice League was tied up. So Batman gets loose and he starts barking orders, stuff like that. And Superman's telling Braniac, see there? My team is already loose. That's why he won't win, because my team is about to come and take you out right now. And Braniac is telling him, no, that's why you are going to lose, Kal-El, because you depend on your team too much. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you something right now. And then he puts his hand on Kal-El's head, and then he shows him, like, not the future, but like him shows him the present right now. He's like, just like I took your Justice League out, or taking them out, I took out every other team also. Suicide Squad, gone. Titans, gone. Teen Titans, gone. I took them all out already while I'm fighting you at the same time. And then while the Justice League is free, he takes them out. And then that's the end of it. So some other, like, and then you see like Harley Quinn and Robin and other ones, they wake up in their own Braniac ship. And they're like, what the hell are we? We in Braniac ship right now? And Robin, Damian Wayne is talking shit to everybody on there. He's like, oh, you guys suck. I don't know why y'all doing right now, because y'all supposed to be trying to find a way to get off this shit right now. See, my dad is trying to find a way right now to find me, and he's going to whoop the ass whoever caught me. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for you. I'm finna leave right now. I'm going to find out who took me. So Damian walks off and he bumps into Braniac. Not only is he bumping Braniac, standing behind Braniac is the Justice League. Like Batman, Superman, all stuff like that. And Robin's like, what the fuck? And Batman tells him, son, stand down. Don't worry about this. We got this. And Damian's like, okay, they must be brainwashed. They must be mind controlled. That's the only reason they would be standing with Braniac. And Braniac's like, nope, I'm not mind control. Wonder Woman, can you do the honors? So Wonder Woman hits him in the lasso of truth. And then he tells him the whole story of what's going on. Like he say, no, they are not being brainwashed. We came to an understanding. I need all of you guys' help to help me out with something else. The only reason I attacked you is because I need to show you that you are weak as a team right now, because you all need to unite together in order to do what I need y'all to do. So basically what he's telling them is that there are 4 cosmic entities, these beings outside right now. I can't remember the name. Entropy, Wisdom, some bullshit like that. Some other guys. Yeah, those guys like that.
Wisdom, Wonder.
All that mystery, all this shit like that. So they're out there.
Entropy.
And they call themselves the Omega Titans is what they call themselves. And they said they're these 4 brothers, these 4 galactic gods. And they said what they're going to do is that they're going to find a planet that meets their needs, and they're going to eat that planet. And if they eat that planet, they're going to become more powerful and power, stuff like that. And the planet they're going after next is Braniac's planet, which is called Kolu. I think it was the name of it. And they're saying, so I need the Justice League, all of you guys to come with the Justice League, Suicide Squad, the Teen Titans. I need all you guys to come to Kolu with me right now to stop these guys, because if they eat my planet, they're going to become so strong, nobody can stop them. So, and matter of fact, I've even divided you guys up into 4 teams to meet the needs of each one of these gods. So your team Entropy, your team Mystery, stuff like that. And what is his name?
So that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so Beast Boy raised his hand. I'm Team Batman. I don't care what anybody say. I'm Team Batman. So, but the thing is, and not only that, Batman starts counting. He was like, wait a minute. Okay, you got us into 4 teams, but our teams are kind of uneven. Don't you need some more heroes? And then somebody in the background said, who said anything about heroes? And then they turned around, and it's the Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Luther, Deathstroke, some other guys, Starro, Lobo,
Yeah, Starro, the starfish.
Yeah, the mind control starfish, whatever like that. So they're all there, and they're part of the team too. So you got the Justice League, Suicide Squad, Titans, Teen Titans, and the Legion of Doom. All like that. Now, while they're flying over there to Kolu back in Belle Rev, where Amanda Waller's there, she's like, okay, Do we still have satellites on Braniac right now? Like, nah, Braniac is like in some of the solar systems right now. He's like, that's okay. Did you hack into Oliver Queen's security system? Like, yeah, okay. Use his satellites to bounce it off the apocalypse technology we got. We're gonna hack into Braniac's brain and we're gonna steal everything out of his mind right now. And then, matter of fact, activate Task Force 11. Now, Task Force 11 is pretty much every telepath that's still on the planet right now, which is like, I didn't see everybody. I know I saw Maxwell Lord. I know I saw Despero. I know I saw who was that guy that Ryan Reynolds fought in Green Lantern 2011?
Oh, that big fucking brain dude?
Him. He was there too. Okay. So he got all those guys. Yeah, they got all those guys. Well, they're saying they're going to use all their psychic energy to hack into Brainiac. And they're going to use the apocalypse technology to hack into him. So while they're doing that, Brainiac is trying to stop all of these teams from arguing. Because like I said, they all hate each other. So he's trying to say, no, y'all stop arguing. I need y'all to be on the same page. Matter of fact, we're here at Kolu right now, and the Omega Titan that is in charge of wisdom, he's coming to eat my planet because we are the smartest race in the universe. If he eats us, nobody's going to stop him. And matter of fact, if you guys don't stop him right now, the next planet he's going to eat is Earth. Because I put some on Earth to make them the next stop. They're like, Braniac, what the fuck you doing? Like, listen to me. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I need you guys to beat this guy right now. And matter of fact, you need to follow my exact instruction. Write this down. Take a picture, record it, do whatever you need to do. Follow my instructions to T. If you don't follow my instructions to T, you will die. First step, you need to, and then his brain start freezing and shit like that. So Superman super speeds over there, grabs Brainiac. You're like, Brainiac, what's wrong? He's like, Kal-El, something's wrong. I can't think right. And then they go cut back to Earth, and it's Amanda Waller cranking up her psychics to steal all his memories. She's like, no, we're going to hack Brainiac. We're going to find out everything he knows and power Earth. So, and like, but we don't have enough power. Well, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if they all die. Crank up the power. Steal all his shit. So they cut back to Brainiac, and Brainiac is like, I can't think. Kal-El, save me. Kal-El, save me. And then his brain explodes, all over Superman and shit like that. They're like, damn. Oh, shit, And then while they do that, when they land in Kolu, they look up and they see the Omega Titan, and all of them in awe, and even Superman even says, oh, my God. So even Superman is in awe by this guy, and yeah, that's how the book ends. I think it ends on another cliffhanger, but yeah, that's how the book ends right there. So yeah, Brainiac's dead. That's the big thing right there. Amanda Waller has all his secrets, and the Justice League are on a suicide run, basically. So overall, pretty cool story, Because I was thinking this whole time,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was thinking like, okay, this book sounds crazy as hell. How are they gonna make this work? But after you listening to it, and even though it's insane and nuts, the concept of it, I was like, I'm sold. I'm bought in on this, And that's what I like about this. I feel like DC, unlike Marvel, I feel like everything Marvel is doing is a movie pitch. Everything they're writing is a movie pitch. What's gonna be next movie? Well, I feel like DC is just writing comic book shit. Like, they don't care whether they can make a movie to or not. Just think of the wildest fucking idea and make it a comic book. And that's what comic books are supposed to be. And if they're doing like this, like, you got Brainiac in charge of the Justice League. Okay, I'm going to read it to find out what the hell happens next, So, yeah, I'm going to give the book a 4.5 out of 5. Really, really strong entry. And I'm waiting to see where it goes next,
Cool, man. Because I read the DC Nations Zero, and it had the prelude to No Justice, a little short. I think it was like a 5-10 page story, maybe.
Did anything I have in there sound like it was part of that?
Yeah, it makes a lot, because they're all in their teams. The Team Wisdom, Team Entropy, Team Wonder. So yeah, they're all separated into their teams, and they're all doing, different shit, at the source wall or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Earth. It ends with Supergirl and Arrow on Earth. They're saying, everyone else is off in space fighting shit, but Earth should be safe. And then fucking Supergirl, let me just go check and make sure. So she flies up out of the atmosphere, and she sees those big giant gods coming to Earth.
Okay.
And that's where it ends.
Oh shit.
Okay. And it's this prelude to Justice League or to No Justice.
And let's be honest, these are Celestials. Like, let's not pretend like we don't know what they are.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But it's cool. I don't care.
They're a bunch of Galactuses. Yeah,
they're a bunch of celestial Galactus, right? Because Harley Quinn even makes a joke. He was like, "Okay, when they eat the planet, are they going to swallow it whole like a snake, or are they going to take a knife and fork out?" Say some stupid shit like that.
But yeah, it just showcases, the different teams doing their shit. Beast Boy's a dinosaur, Lobo's in there, Deathstroke's on, and Lex Luthor are on Batman's team, and fucking Sinestro and Superman and Martian Manhunter are on a team with Starfire, and then then you got Dr. Fate with Wonder Woman and Zatanna. I mean, and then Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and Scott Snyder said he did it on purpose because he said Wonder Woman has never been treated like a magic character, but at the end of the day, that's what she is. So that's why he put her on the magic team.
Yeah, Raven, Dr. Fate, Zatanna. And then you have the Wisdom team with Cyborg, Adam, Robin, the Flash, and Harley Quinn. I don't know why she's on there.
Why the hell?
I guess she's a doctor.
Why is she even there?
And she's got a hammer. She's just in space with a hammer and shit. So yeah, I mean, it was of course the art was cool, and it's just crazy. Because that's Snyder. Snyder writes these blockbuster-y stories and shit,
Yeah, you either love it, you either love it or hate it, but he swings for the fences every time. So. Yeah,
that's what these big giant summer blockbuster stories. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it was in DC Nation, and I guess it was 25 cents. This book, but it came in my free comic book bag, so I got it for free. So I didn't have
fuck you and your quarter.
Yeah, but it had had three stories. One of them was the prelude to No Justice. The other one, it's got the Bendis Superman prelude, Office Space, and it's just a little bit of a taste of Superman that he's writing. It's basically at the Daily Bugle, right? No, the Daily Planet. Sorry. Yeah.
Had me confused for a second. I was like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, the Daily Planet. But it's like you got Perry White fucking acting like J. Jonah Jameson, just like barking orders at Kent and like blah, 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 I want this story and all this shit. So it's kind of like that. And then they introduce some character, this chick, who's sort of got something up her sleeve. She knows something. And it sort of ends with her at a club where, she's like talking to some dude and she's like, so you're working at the Daily Planet now? She's like, yeah. And I met, there's Lois Lane's gone. Kent's a mess and Perry White is blah, blah, blah. But don't worry. Next week I'll own the place. And then it just ends there. So she's got some sort of ulterior motive that's going on.
Okay.
So that was about it. But the Tom King's Joker story is fucking awesome. This was worth it. Well, for free.
Okay.
This is worth your quarter. Every cent of that.
The quarter that you didn't pay, right?
Yeah.
This was worth every penny.
Yeah. Every 25 of them. So this story, it's just got the Joker. He basically showed up at some random dude's house and is holding some random dude hostage. He got a gun to his head. And he's like, yeah, I'm waiting for my invitation to Batman's wedding. So what time does your mail come? So he's waiting for the mail at some random dude's house, holding him hostage. And he's like, if I get upset, I'm going to kill you. Because if I don't get this invitation, I should be invited to Batman and Catwoman's wedding.
But he know Batman and Catwoman's not going to.
Yeah, is if I don't get this invitation, you're dead, basically. How do you know why is he mailing it here? It's like, he's got to mail it somewhere. And it just showcases the Joker's just insanity.
Right, just how crazy he is.
And the guy's just like begging, like, please don't kill me. I have a daughter. And the whole time Joker's is like telling these really stupid, like limerick riddles and shit like that. And then finally the mail comes. And then the Joker's like going through all the letters and shit. And it's like, he's, oh, I'm so happy. And he just shoots the guy.
What the hell?
Oh, well, he says, "Oh, it's no, the invitation come." He's like, "Nope, nope, it's not here." But that, he says, "You're not upset." He's like, "No, I'm happy. I'm happy." He's like, and then he shoots the guy. He's like, "I kill people when I'm happy," and he shoots the guy. And then it's not an invitation. It's like a truant notice for his daughter. The guy's daughter. Like the whole time, the guy's telling, "Please, I have a daughter.
Oh,
please don't kill me. I have a daughter." Mm-hmm. And then what the Joker's holding is a truant letter from his daughter. So I think the Joker killed his daughter.
What the hell?
I think it's just fucked up, man. It's just a fucked up Joker story, and that's it. And that's all it was.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was DC Nation 0, and I think it's supposed to be a new magazine like every month.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, just like little previews, stuff like that. That actually sounds pretty cool. Just get people interested in books they've never seen before. It's kind of like free advertising. Well, not free advertising.
Free issue. DC Nation #1. Yeah, is the Rogol Czar, that new Superman villain.
Yeah, the guy just popped out of nowhere.
That Bendis created. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's on the cover of the next one, which is supposed to be free. It says.
Okay, cool. So yeah, and that's the thing. Like, comics need to think outside the box to get people interested in these stories they're trying to write. Something, and that sounds like a really cool idea there. So, yeah. So shoot, is it my turn again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right, next book we got is Hunt for Wolverine Adamantium Agenda. Okay.
I haven't read any of these.
I haven't read. I didn't know there were more than one. I just know this one, and I'm lost as fuck as what's going on. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I know anyway. Basically, how the book starts out years ago in Tribeca, New York. Eli, you're familiar with New York, right? There's a Tribeca. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, cool. All right, so there's a bomb there. A SHIELD agent is on the scene, and this is years ago when the New Avengers were there. Now, the New Avengers team, Bendis team, whatever like that is. Basically, the team on the scene is Spider-Man, Wolverine, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. So it's those four there. And they're basically saying this bomb, and SHIELD agents tell them this bomb is about to go off. And Jessica Jones like, why don't you just throw the bomb in the Hudson? You can't touch the bomb, because if you touch the bomb, it's going to blow up in a mile radius. You're like, well, okay, but we can't touch it. It's like, but if you flip this switch right here, it'll only blow up in a 200-mile radius. 200-foot radius. So it'd be a much, smaller blast radius. But somebody has to be here to push the button. And just going like, oh shit, that's a hero killer right there. So somebody made this bomb to kill a hero. They're saying Luke Cage volunteers. They're like, well, okay, well, I'm Luke Cage. I'm invulnerable, so I guess I'll go ahead and do it. And Wolverine stops. He's like, no, you can't do it, because what if you're invulnerable? But what if you're not? What if this is to pass your point? You can't do it. Plus, on top of that, you have a kid at home. Little Danielle. You got to take care of her. Me, on the other hand, I've never died. So I can take this blast. Don't worry about it. If I don't take it, well, then I just don't take it. And then so Wolverine stays behind with the bomb, and Jessica Jones tells Wolverine thank you, because, of course, basically he saved Luke Cage's life by not doing it. So they all leave, and they leave like about a mile away, and then Wolverine flicks the switch. But when he flicks the switch, he says, "What? You son of a..." So obviously he sees something before the bomb goes off. But then when the bomb goes off, atomizes him. Gone. Nothing left. Even eats the bone, adamantium, like nothing's left of him. So they come back to the scene. Tony Stark comes back to the scene also, and they find, Wolverine's body there, and they come back to nowadays, and they bury him. They bury his body. They just like, we told Wolverine that nobody's going to take his seat because, with his mutant genes and his adamantium skeleton, that's going to be worth a lot of money to some supervillains. So they're going to make sure that nobody get their hands on him. Well, turns out he ends up getting stolen anyway. So somebody ended up robbing his grave, with the little remains that are left. So Tony Stark calls up the few New Avengers that were on the team, like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Spider-Man, and like, look, we all made a promise to Wolverine that when he died, we were going to protect his body, and now his body's missing. But that's okay, because I still got some contacts in the underground scene that are hosting this supervillain auction, and we're going to go there to find out exactly what they're selling. So they decide to go there. They decide to put on some fake masks, like some eye wide shut masks, whatever like that, so nobody can tell who they are. So they go down to the middle of the ocean, and I guess off Guam, and they go down to the submarine. It's like a half mile underneath there and everything like that. And while they're there, Spider-Man, of course, making quips and shit like that. He like, for a supervillain auction of a bunch of weapons dealers, I didn't expect them to serve hors d'oeuvres, So he's just down there eating craft service and shit like that. And Luke Cage is asking Tony Stark, like, aren't you supposed to have like some kind of big briefcase or something like that to buy whatever they need to buy? And Tony Stark is telling him, nah, because everything is done through cryptocurrency now. And Luke Cage is like, well, don't you think that's kind of risky? He's like, hold up, you think that's kind of risky? We're in the bottom half a mile underneath the sea, surrounded by supervillains in a weapons factory, and you worried about Bitcoin? And he's like, yeah, you got a point. So then they knock on the door, and then the guard that they've been dealing with the whole time, I think his name is Robsgaard. I might be screwing his name up. Whatever the name, Robsgaard. Let's call him Robsgaard for right now. And he said, okay, it's time. The auction is about to start. It's time for us to go. And Luke Cage is like, his mask. And he's like, yeah, it is time for us to go. And then the guard put his hands on Luke Cage, like, no. And then Jessica Jones grabs the Robsgaard's hand. He's like, look, unless you are mutually friend that we have an understanding with, you're not allowed to touch him without my permission. I'll get back to that joke in a second. So then they get into a fight and stuff like that. And Tony Stark like, okay, everybody stop. Robsgaard, what's going on? He was like, well, what's going on is that only one of you can go in, not all of you. And so Tony tells the rest of them, look, I'll be the one that goes in. And we just stay in communication, and I'll tell you everything that's going on. That way you can hear what's going on. So he walks into there, and he sees all the other supervillains, and they all got masks on. He can't tell who is who, just like they can't tell who is him. And then the female auctioneer starts off like, okay, the first seller, go ahead and stand up. And it's some big muscle dude with a fake Iron Man mask on. He's like, he shows him, like, he pulls out this tablet. He's like, okay, I know you guys are here to see this one thing, and guess what? I have the genetic markers and the genetic DNA of a supervillain, the entire thing. So if you want to clone this person, or if you want to do whatever with this person, you can do it. And this person is Danielle Cage. Apparently, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's daughter. And they're like, what the? And that's how the book cuts off. So I thought it was pretty cool for what it is. Except,
that sounded confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. Except my whole thing is that I thought Wolverine was. Hello, you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I thought Wolverine was alive already.
And I thought he died by getting like molten adamantium on him.
Yeah, they mentioned nothing of that, of the adamantium. So they mentioned nothing of that. Yeah, they didn't mention. I've never heard of Wolverine having any issue with the Tribeca or being atomized in the Tribeca. So it feels like some kind of Elseworld story or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, especially when the New Avengers broke up before Danielle Cage was even born. And Tony Stark was with them because they hated Tony Stark because Tony Stark called S.H.I.E.L.D. on them. So this timeline makes no sense. I'm sitting here trying to piece shit together. Like, did I miss something? Or look, I don't know. So I'm just going to treat this like an Elseworld story, But before I get back to that, remember that joke I told you earlier about the mutual friend?
Okay.
Okay, that caused some controversy online. Because, everything causes controversy. So apparently, because Jessica Jones made the comment about we have me and Luke Cage have a mutual friend with an understanding that's only allowed to touch him when I say so. Obviously, that means that they had a menage a trois. They had a threesome with somebody that they know of, probably superhuman, which means one of them is bisexual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so that created some kind of uproar and stuff like that, like blah blah blah. So nobody knows what's what, and you're pushing your agenda, all that. Like, calm the fuck down. For all we know, she might have just been joking and might not even saying anything, but But yeah, it's just funny that so people are like, well, you trying to make Luke Cage gay? We're taking our characters. Like, nobody said Luke Cage was gay. Wait, where you getting that from? So one line of dialogue is just sent the internet into a frenzy. So. Hey, you think Marvel has learned this story? You think Marvel has learned the lesson, but then they're right back into it right next week. So who knows what they do next week after this? Overall, I give the book a 4 out of 5 because, like I said, it was a fun read, and as long as I don't think about how it fits in the timeline, it's fine. So there's some Elseworld shit to me unless somebody tells me differently, and that's just how I'm gonna treat it. So yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Well, I'll talk about comic book fans bitching. Barrier. by Brian K. Vaughan.
Okay.
You know, dude who does Saga, of course, and Paper Girls, both of which I haven't kept up with. Now this is another free comic book I got, and it's told you have to read it like it's a centerfold, like you fold it on its side and read it sideways.
So it's like a huge splash page or something?
Yeah, but they're not all splash pages, but you have to turn the book on its side and like it's a Playboy centerfold, you know what I mean? And read it like that. You know,
that's different.
It's different. It's experimentation through the medium, which is fine. Also, the book is half in Spanish, so I didn't know I don't know Spanish, so I didn't know half of what you're saying. But visually, I can get the gist. You know what I mean? So it basically takes place on this border town in Texas, where this rancher she finds one of her horses dead, decapitated and skinned. And she's basically thinks, that it's basically the drug cartels are using her land to transport drugs. And they're sending her a warning that, that they're going to use her land to smuggle drugs. Mm-hmm. So she basically it's basically told from 2 points of view. It's her story, this rancher chick. And then you find this Hispanic guy from, I think he's from Honduras, and he's trying to he's trying to cross the border from Honduras, and he's like going through all this, paying smugglers to get him in on the truck, and it shows him, being chased through, the woods by, border agents and all that shit. So it's kind of like, these parallel narratives where you see her side of the story, and she's basically she's trying to find help find people to guard her land, and all she can find are like these racist, militia guys who will just shoot anybody crossing the border, mm-hmm. and then you see this kid basically struggling to make it across the border. He's hopping trains and shit, and swimming across rivers. And one night, she hears something in her backyard, and she hears a scream like in her backyard. So she goes out with a gun and finds the guy, in her yard. He fell in a ditch, and she's got her gun drawn on him. And of course, he doesn't speak English. So she's like, put down your backpack, don't move, blah, 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 don't reach for anything. And he's like trying to, tell her something, because he doesn't speak English. And he's reaching into her backpack, and you think she's about to shoot him. And then all of a sudden, this bright light, shines on them from above. And they look up, and it's just this big, giant alien spacecraft. And they start getting sucked up into the air. And then the book just ends. So, it's definitely making a commentary on social issues and all that. And then of course what Brian K. Vaughan does, he comes from out of nowhere with some wild shit. Like, what the hell? And now I want to know what happens.
Okay, is he the guy that did Runaways?
Did he do Runaways? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. If
Saga.
I know he's done some. Let me see. Let me look this up. Let me see. I'm trying to think if he's. I'm trying to think has he done anything that I read before? Cause like I said, I never read Saga. I heard good things about it. I heard Paper Girls. Never read anything about it, but just trying to see.
Yeah. Paper Girls was a lot of fun. I was really into it, and now I just kind of fell off. I'm not up on it, and that's the same thing. It's just like, all of a sudden he just creates this mystery. You know what I mean? This. Mm-hmm. Like, whoa, what the hell is that? I didn't see that coming, and now I want to know. And so this is kind of in the same vein, but people were bitching about the format because it was on its side, mm-hmm. because it's a little thicker. I think it was a little thicker, mm-hmm. and they couldn't fit it into a normal bag and boarded bag. They couldn't bag and board it.
Right. Okay.
So people were bitching. Comic book fans, how fickle they are.
Right, bitch about everything. And yes, he did do Runaways.
They were whining because they can't fit this into a normal bagged and boarded. They can't bag and board it like a normal comic. So they're, it's ruining their childhood now. So
they're 40 years old, but it's ruining their childhood. Okay.
Yeah. So I give it a 4 out of 5. I like it. I'm intrigued. It was really well done. Really, art was really cool. And I would like to know what happens. It's just like with every other of his stories. It's like I just fall off and stop. I stopped reading them after a while because I just can't keep up with. There's so much shit to read. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's always something new coming out. So we try to keep it as best we can. Batman White Knight came out. I didn't even bother reading it. Maybe the last story. I don't know. Just whatever. I heard about that. Yeah, I'll read it in a graphic novel and be done with it. So, yeah. Other than that, we got any more comic books to talk about? I think that's all I got.
Go over Pumpkinhead #4 real quick.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so Pumpkinhead #4, for those who don't know, Pumpkinhead's an awesome horror movie, one of my favorites, where this demon of vengeance, if you wrong somebody, you can go to this redneck witch in the backwoods, and she will conjure up this demon to go and kill everybody involved that has wronged you. But there's a price. The price is you die too, and you feel the pain of every death that this demon kills. So everybody the demon kills, you feel that pain. So in this story, basically, a drug sort of this sort of redneck drug dealing family, this drug cartel in the redneck woods, they are involved in a hit and run accident that kills some kids of another family, and that guy conjures up Pumpkinhead to go kill them. So the demon Pumpkinhead comes and starts killing all the mobsters, the redneck mob. They find out about it and they're like, hey, this is Pumpkinhead. This is an old backwoods legend. But there's a way we can counter this. So what the drug cartel does is they find, I think it's Haggis's sister, the witch, and she conjures up demons to fight Pumpkinhead. So this is all coming to a head. These other demons, there's a sloth demon. I think they're based off the 7 deadly sins. There's a sloth demon, this big fat blob of a monster. There's a lust demon, this hot chick with like tentacles, coming out of her back. There's I think an envy demon. And so that's basically what's happening. The demons are coming and they're starting to attack Pumpkinhead. And it's basically monsters against monsters now. Of course, there's a side plot of the sheriff is investigating everything, and they're like, hey, it basically ends where they're saying, the only way to stop this is we got to kill the person who conjured up this demon, and it's Haggis, the witch. So that's what they're going. So it ends with them. That's what they're gonna go do. So there's one more issue. I've been digging it. It's a cool. I love the movie. I love the story. I still think the art is a little too bright. It's very cartoony. I think it could be a little more stylized. But other than that, I've been digging on it. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, pretty cool. Like I said, I've never seen Pumpkinhead before, but it sounds interesting. Yeah. Sorry, it's a lot of horror movies I haven't seen, but yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, shoot, any more books we got, or?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
No problem. That's all I got. We'll read. Well, we won't read anything next week. Sorry. All Deadpool. Like I said, if you listen to this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Definitely give us a shout out or review or share anything like that. Then listen to our sister podcast. Like I said, we have Geek Sav, which also hosted by Eli, so definitely listen to that. We have other podcasts, which I can't remember any of them. I'm drawing a blank. This Geeks and Comics, Comic Cast. Have they recorded?
It's like they took off some time.
Which one? This Geeks and Comics is always recorded.
Well, I finally listened to one. I think came out last week.
They're usually pretty on time. They're pretty much like the most faithful one. Comic Cast I was recording. Hoodoo TV, I don't know what they're doing. Get Valiant. Now Get Valiant, they need to get on their schedule, especially with all the stuff that's happened over there, you know. And Instruments of Destruction, 'cause like I said, some interesting stuff happening in Hasbro, so they'll talk about that stuff. Other than that, like I said, next week we're gonna talk about Deadpool. Hopefully we get a chance to see it. I don't know. I ain't even got my tickets yet. I don't know. It's gonna be a rough one. These movies are coming out too quick. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's funny we're saying it. Yeah, it's funny we're saying Deadpool is gonna beat Infinity War. We don't even know if we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Well, we heard it was gonna beat it. So, that being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel. Cool. Cut this bad boy off and.